I'm about to share with you 16 profitable strategies for successful goal setting. Let me ask you a question. Why do some people seem to succeed in all they do in life, but others fall behind? Mostly it is because the successful people have set goals and take steps necessary to achieve them. So how do they always end up achieving their goals? Okay, so here are some strategies to put into action. First, start with a long-term goal. Write it down and take into account when you're going to achieve that goal and why it is important. Find as many reasons as you can and write at least 3 reasons for each goal that you want to accomplish in that particular long-term perspective. Try to be as visual as possible, explaining with every detail how the achievement of this goal will change your life for better. Once this long-term goal has been documented, break it down into tangible steps or small components that needs to be taken in order to achieve it. One step at a time, that's very important. If you don't know those steps yet, then you perhaps need to educate yourself to learn more about that topic in order to get the necessary information you need, because usually without implementation, information is worth nothing. Second strategy is to be confident. Ask yourself, do I really want this goal? Will this goal really give me a better life, better lifestyle, or things that I really want out of life? Answering those questions will give you the internal drive you need to achieve that particular goal. Usually people fall into 2 categories. The first category represents people who are trying to avoid pain, and second category is for people who try to gain pleasure. If you're trying to reach this goal as a result of avoiding pain or failure, then ask yourself what it is. If it's a pleasure, what you're going to gain as a result of achieving that goal. It is a good practice to hit both so that you can get enough reasons to keep for yourself. So what you need to do, if you don't achieve this goal, is it going to bring more pain? How to avoid that pain as a result of achieving that goal? And what you're going to gain as a result of achieving that particular goal. Here's the third strategy. Write down your goals. This strategy is advisable for those who have a long list of goals. After writing them down, review them regularly. You may also want to keep them handy at some place so you can have them in front of you all the time. If you look at them, this is going to keep you motivated to keep going. You want to write it down your personal goals, your relationships, love, fitness, spiritual stuff, everything. And perhaps on another sheet of paper, you want to write down your business goals. It's very important to separate both your business goals from your personal goals. This is very important for you to success. You have to discipline yourself to stick to what you have written. Don't just write them down and stick them somewhere in your place. It is better to keep them where you will see them again. Try to stick them in the refrigerator. The fifth strategy is to stay on track and don't give up. Reviewing your goals will help you open your mind and see if you're on the right track. If you're on the right track, you may face certain challenges that may change the way you see yourself. That's a good strategy because goals are meant to be flexible. When you reach a goal, we set a new one. Moreover, after 1 year, you may not have the same goals as you currently have. So that's because we evolve and change as individuals, and over time, our goals begin to alter. Never get discouraged. Encountering obstacles in life is just a test on how dedicated you are to your particular goals. It will all boil down to preparing yourself in the face of everything and doing anything in order to get your goal that you have set for yourself. Only you can make it happen. Nothing can stop you if you have set your mind to do it and commit to take action. The sixth strategy is be willing to pay an entry fee. Success takes dedicated planning, adjustments, and effort. In a way, it is like building a house. In the beginning, all you have a rough concept. Then you can develop a complete set of strategies to implement, and immediately you move closer to your success as you take action. The same is true for a better lifestyle or a more successful business. Be aware there's always an entry fee that you have to pay, perhaps with money or maybe time, in order to reach the success you want. Creating more success in your business may mean less recreational time. Writing your own book may require less TV, and etc. Being closer to your children may require adjusting your work or social activities to make it happen. This entry fee can represent an opportunity cost, which is a concept that I've learned from Peter Drucker. So there are always consequences in whatever you're trying to accomplish. Let's say, for example, you want to quit your job and start your own online business. You're going to lose certain income from your job in order to start your business because you're going to be focusing on the business rather than the job. The goal here is to have your business to replace the income that you've been receiving from your job. This represents an opportunity cost when you make a decision to quit your job. On the other hand, there is opportunity cost for starting an online business. You may not get immediate results out of your efforts as you start working on your business. Thus, generating certain income would be harder and it would take more time to make a good living out of your business. This represents an opportunity cost for starting an online business, so you better have some money aside to support yourself while you're trying to build a profitable business online until it begins to see certain results out of your efforts. Evaluating your losses for every opportunity you're taking is critical in order to avoid setbacks. The 7th strategy is to take consistent action. Nothing is going to work if you're wishing and hoping for things to work and not making any efforts to make it happen. Most people wish their thoughts becoming things by doing nothing. That's insane. Nothing is going to move you if you don't take consistent action, even if you think about it all the time. You can either have other people to take action for you through outsourcing or doing it yourself. It's a choice. In many ways, actually taking action can be the most difficult step, at least at the beginning. Successful goal achievement is built by taking one small step at a time after another in order to get things done. The word to remember here is action. If you commit to take at least one small action or one small step each day, your actions will add up and make the difference along the way in the long run. So avoid at all costs sitting back waiting for that big hit until everything will magically just happen. You can create whatever you want out of life. The secret is to determine exactly what your purpose is and do it passionately. But remember, at the end of the day, only action counts. You can't just dream about it. You have to do something about it. 8th strategy is passion. Goals without passion are simply empty promises. They don't give us any motivational value to keep you engaged long enough to make things happen. What do I mean by passion here? Passion is that feeling of fulfillment every time you do an activity, complete a task in order to make something better. Perhaps your lifestyle, your business, your family, your friends. You want to perhaps get a better car, better house, etc. Plus, you make the world a better place. You make positive changes within yourself to help even more people. Living and working with passion requires something that is bigger than yourself, having a sense of purpose. If you work for yourself, you have a job. If you work for other people, you have a business. Many scientific studies have shown that intense emotion like passion is a key to success. Intense passion will also help you override any inappropriate old failure messages that run in your subconscious mind, like I'm not good enough, this is not going to work because blah 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 blah. Okay? Forget all this stuff. You have to wipe out all fears and doubts to live with purpose and getting whatever you desire out of life, because you can do it. 9. Seek out a mentor. Nobody does it alone, especially in the world of business. You can always find people who are at the place where you want to be. You want to be around those people because they give a frame of reference for what you want to change and improve in yourself in order to become like them. If you change yourself first, everything else will change. Don't try to change the environment with other people, and that is key. Mentors can help you go through that process and achieve your business goals, so you can usually achieve them faster because you already know the fast track of what you need to focus on. The 10th strategy is to priority evaluation. Not all goals can bring the same fulfillment out of life. Some are less important than others. If you identify which goals are most important to you and focus on them first, then you'll be much happier and cheerful. I remember Steve Jobs on a commencement speech at Stanford in 2005, I think, said, if you're going to die tomorrow, we'll be doing the same things that you're doing today. And if the answer is no, for a long period of time, then that's a good indicator that you need to change something. Put your goals in order of importance and work on those goals that have a higher perceived value. 11. Be realistic. You don't want to make goals like visiting other planets or going on the moon and enjoying the view from there, Make practical goals from which you can derive a process in order to get there. If it's impossible to achieve that goal, just let it go. The fulfillment you get out of goals does not come as a result of wishing they were true, but it actually comes as a result of achieving them or accomplishing them. You cannot achieve something that is not practical or unrealistic. The 12th strategy is to develop a discipline. I've been thinking a lot about what I believe to be the central challenge facing our society today. It's not an original concept by all means, but more and more I believe that is a key to unlocking every success principle in existence. Discipline may seem as an odd thing to emphasize, but I see the results of real self-discipline every day. So here's what I mean. Think about anyone who would like to consider to have made it. Maybe you think of the guy who is constantly outperforms everyone else and still has time for numerous vacations and train for a marathon. Now, if you watch those people very carefully, I guarantee you that you will see something in common in each one of them. What they do is with purpose, focus, and self-discipline. They are disciplined enough to set their goals and actually take action in order to achieve them. They are disciplined about maintaining a great attitude, and also they are very disciplined on how they use their time. You notice that when it's time to work, that individual works. When it's time to play, they can do it freely and just do it. On the other hand, consider the individual who perpetually seeks to get the short end of the stick. You may know someone who is very intelligent and very positive or upbeat, or perhaps has a great sense of humor. If you watch that person carefully, and the underlying cause is almost always the lack of self-discipline about goals and about their attitude and how they make things happen. Also, you can notice how they communicate, and maybe all of the above. Either way, I notice more and more some frequent occurring theme in the life of truly successful men and women in the theme of self-discipline. As Albert Gray said in the book, The Common Denominator of Success, they have formed the habit of doing what unsuccessful people don't like to do. They are motivated by pleasing results rather than just pleasing activities. In other words, they are disciplined. A person who is disciplined is a person who stays focused on what really matters and is very careful about letting less important issues or activities or concerns to get in their way. Be careful about letting less important issues or concerns to get in your way. You have to be self-disciplined in order to reach the success you want. 13. Obstacles are stepping stones. When you make a goal and go after it, you'll see many obstacles along the way. They're just an inevitable part of that particular process. That's because we dive into the unknown with a certain level of faith and confidence in order to reach that particular outcome. Obstacles are not meant to obstruct, but to instruct. And this is what I've learned from Brian Tracy, a very successful time management expert. If you think about it, obstacles are just moving you closer to your desired goal because they show you what doesn't work and what does. Isn't all you need when you go into the fog across that river in order to get on the other side of the river, You need those stepping stones because nobody built a bridge to go on the other side. You have to pave your own way because you possess a different type of knowledge and experience that is unique for your particular circumstances. If there is something you don't know, you can always find a stepping stone and make it work. Successful people today have the courage to face the unknown and encountering obstacles along the way as they're learning lessons from those particular obstacles. 14th, develop a strong willpower. One of the most valuable and rarest forms of energy when it comes to goal setting is willpower. Willpower is simply an emotion. When you suppress your emotions, it dies. That's why when you resist something that you don't want, or when you hold back your emotions, this results in killing your willpower and you have no energy left to get things done. Here are some practical tips in order to increase or boost your willpower. First, immediately begin to imagine the consequences of your actions. Often, people get little or no thought of the consequences as a result of their particular actions. Second, substitute temptations. And the third, ask for help. People who are always complaining are in the victim mode. They always blame others for their own mistakes, and that is number one willpower killer. Number 4, relax. Willpower is low when you're stressed. Our willpower decreases dramatically when you're stressed. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And as you do, pay attention to your heart rate. Repeat the same process with 10 deep breaths, and this will release the tension from the day. Next, energize yourself. Willpower tends to go up and down. It's inevitable. You have to sleep well, play the music that you like, games, move around, just move your body. That's gonna give you the energy you need in order to get a job done. Or you may want to start interesting conversation just to recharge yourself and your emotional system when you take a break from work. Next, find the cause of the temptation and just deal with it. A boring job or life can lead you to all sorts of stupid ways to find excitement. Consider changing what you can in your life and change those things in order to bring new challenges to the table. Life without challenges is not fulfilling. You can call it willpower or self-control or self-discipline or something else, but you just want to stop yourself from doing harmful things, right? Using these techniques and tips will help you a lot to increase your willpower. The 15th strategy to profitable goal setting is setting deadlines. Often we know our goals, right? But for some reason we procrastinate upon them. If you don't want to reach your goal right now, and if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to put yourself any effort in order to achieve it. That is the main reason of procrastination. If you develop a sense of urgency, like setting deadlines to your goals, you are more likely to achieve them. Have you found yourself waiting until the last moment to finish a job or task or an activity? Right. Before the deadline, we push ourselves to get it done, but only before the deadline. That's because we know there's a deadline approaching ahead of us, and we almost force ourselves to get the work done before the deadline expires. A strong sense of urgency can help you achieve your goals faster without procrastination. Deadlines are simply tools you need in order to make it happen. And last but not least, the 16th strategy is to celebrate. Goals come and go. We can reach a goal and then we set a new one. It is very important to celebrate every time you reach a major outcome. That is going to be like the cherry on top of the cake in order to be more fulfilled and happy and satisfied. You want to make yourself gifts and rewards for achieving or for eliminating certain roadblocks and setbacks, and ultimately reaching the success you want. Celebrate small victories as well. You deserve it. If you want more tips, proven strategies, and simply more information about time management and personal productivity, visit my blog at doubletimetoday.com. That is doubletimetoday.com. I'm Chris Diamond. Thanks for stopping by.